What's going on, everyone? It's time for another creature feature horror film review. A couple weeks ago, I reviewed the second one, so might as well cover the first one. Today, we're going to talk about A Quiet Place. It's produced by Paramount, April 6, 2018. Produced by Michael Bay, Andrew Ford, and Brad Fuller. Written by Brian Woods, Scott Beck, and co-written, produced, stars, and is directed by John Krasinski, who will go on to do A Quiet Place Part 2. He also plays in Jack Ryan. He is also in The Office. He's also Hope Right Free Guy. But yeah, this had a box office earnings of over $341 million. This is quite a big, successful film, if you remember. And yeah, and there's even a third one coming out. So yeah, that's always cool. But A Quiet Place. Well, if you're not sure, if you haven't seen A Quiet Place, well, basically it's a family stuck living in like a shelter sort of situation during an alien invasion where the aliens can't see, but they have really, really good hearing. So they have to be really quiet all the time. And yeah, which adds a new dynamic um, to this like monster movie type cliche and stuff, where they can't make sounds. And to make matters worse, the wife is pregnant, about to give birth. So yeah, there's tons of good tense scenes in this movie. It's very dark and very well put together. I thought you really get to know the characters, even though there's not much dialogue or talking or anything in it. You really get to feel um, and understand what these characters are going through, and it's very well put together. And it must have been really hard because most of it they have to learn sign language and things like that, and to make that the main focus of the film must have been pretty difficult. But even though I think the main like older sister is actually deaf, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what um, I've heard. But yeah, but for like the film in general, it's pretty well put together, and the creatures and stuff look really good. And that I love the look of them, and that I like how they come up with these crazy ways to take them out and things like that, and these ingenious um, ways to get the word across to others out there if they're there. Like they have strings of lights where if it's red, that means the creatures are around. If it's like white or whatever, that means it's safe to mosey around and stuff like that. It's a good one. There's some really heart-wrenching scenes in it and very gripping scenes in it that really take you for quite the ride and stuff. And overall, it's a good film, well put together. Oh, it's been done before in ways, but it hasn't. This was definitely, they definitely really tried to perfect this style, and it's almost like watching a silent film in a way. But yeah, overall, the action scenes and all that was good. Some of the character decisions probably were a little questionable, but overall, I think it was a pretty well put together film. There is some really good dark and creepy moments with the creatures lingering, especially in the cornfield, and you definitely get some like even without scenes. There's some scenes without them where they just they need the parents' help. Kids need the parents' help, but they can't get it. Like they're in a silo sinking into corn trying to, and then they have to try to get out and things like that. That's very gripping and tension building, and just overall a good strong atmosphere to it. I remember seeing this in theaters, and it was like edge of your seat for like majority of the film. So overall, I thought A Quiet Place is really good. I like it. It's a good monster movie. It's well put together, even though a lot of people say it's first of its kind. Have you guys seen The Hidden from 2015? It's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, so, but overall, it's a really good film. Very little, besides some questionable character traits and things, and some of the odd, stupid decisions and stuff. I think it was a pretty well put together film. So I'm going to give A Quiet Place a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this film. It's a good, really good monster movie, and definitely deserves a good rating like that. So overall, you should definitely check it out. So yeah, it's on Prime right now. It's on YouTube or it's on Netflix, and if I can find it somewhere else where you can watch it for free, I'll link it down below. But if not, I'll link the trailer down below at least so you can check that out. But also make sure you check out my Instagram. It's always linked down below. It's where I post clips of films and review in the future. All my stories, other film time hashtags, social film and hashtags, so you're aware of it. My Letterbox is down below at Dave P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films, and also I have Twitter at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Name of this channel. Like this video, share it to more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. And if you have any other films or film franchise in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And even if they're on any streaming site, I'll figure out where I can find them. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we'll find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably never thought of checking out together. And also so you get my opinions on popular films that have come out, like this, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And also don't forget to ring that bell because I'm going to check out a weird war zombie-ish movie, I guess it is, I haven't seen yet, called Overlord for the next one. Make sure you tune in for that if you're interested in to hear my opinions on that. Watch out for all those crazy creatures that have really strong hearing and trying to take us over. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.